Rise and ground, folks. What we have here is another video. This is a York 80% gas furnace. This is a smaller furnace. This is like a condo. I want to say this is a 70,000 BTU furnace. As you can see, our sticker is right here. I believe we came out here like 2 years ago to replace a peanut relay inside of this furnace. And of course, this furnace is on the decline. This is a landlord-tenant situation, but the landlord called this, I want to say maybe 2 days ago, and she said that the tenant said that they turned the thermostat up. And I'm going to show you guys. They turned this up, and as you can see, the room temperature is 72. The thermostat said heat on, but the tenant didn't hear the burners turn on. Now, these older furnaces are ancient, but they're pretty basic. You don't have a circuit board in this. You just have a fan center, a fan limit switch, a blower, gas valve, and that's it. This is a natural draft furnace. There's no inducer motor. But with this, guys, if you didn't know, the average life expectancy on a gas furnace or central AC unit is about 12 to 15 years. You know, depending on how well you maintain the unit. But I want to show you guys something here. Based on what the complaint was with the tenant saying that the unit didn't make an ignition sound when they turned the thermostat on, there's really only one thing I can think of here. And the pilot, by the way, is the pilot light was on. I didn't have to relight it. This bad boy here, as you can see, this is an old school fan limit switch. As you guys can see right here, what I'm pointing to, the back of this, which is inside the furnace, there's a helix dial that rotates. So essentially what this fan limit switch does, half of it is the limit switch. It controls the temperature of the furnace, which shuts the burners off if the temperature of the furnace internally gets too hot. The other side of this controls the fan, so whenever the furnace, you turn the heat on and the burners turn on, when this furnace gets to a certain temperature internally, the fan turns on. And when the furnace gets, you know, this is post-purge, after the call for heat, after you turn the thermostat off, the burners turn off, but the fan limit switch will turn the fan off after the furnace cools down, so you don't have cold air blowing in the house. But guys, I definitely see this a lot. The helix dial just rotates as the furnace heats up. That's how this fan limit switch senses the temperature inside of your furnace. And essentially, what can happen over time is that the helix dial can get stuck, just like a pressure switch, you know, with the diaphragm opening and closing. If the helix on this fan limit switch gets stuck, then what can happen is that your burners are not going to turn on. And if you flip it off and on, you know, not knowing, you know, what's going on, but if you do a hard reset, that could actually unstick it, but you'll never know what's going on. But I mean, guys, putting two and two together, just based on the age and condition of this bad boy, I think it's best to just get this furnace replaced, because it's never the immediate repair. It's always what's waiting behind that door. And like you said, if we go ahead and replace that fan limit switch, I mean, this furnace is definitely not, this is on his last leg. So at this point, guys, like I said, based on that complaint, I already knew, like I said, by looking at this furnace, what the possible solution would be. But trying to repair, like you said, a furnace or an AC unit past a certain age, you can do it, guys. You know, if you can help someone out, I always say give it a shot. But whenever you do something on older equipment, there's always a chance that something else can break down. And one thing you have to do, guys, is when you make repairs, don't get too nearsighted and just repair what you see. Step out, you know, take a step back and just look at the whole unit. If you see something else, like I said, it's in bad condition besides what you're replacing, you always want to bring that to the customer's attention, because no customer is going to spend a few $100s on that fan limit switch just to have something else break down in a few days or a few weeks. So guys, I'll definitely step out, get my measurements of this furnace, and I'll definitely recommend swapping this bad boy out. So there you guys have it. And this thing is in the tight closet here, but there you guys have it. I'll see you on the next one.